Why did the most advanced civilization on Earth worship a bug that rolls dirt? Because it wasn't a bug, it was a clinical metaphor for neural rebirth. In the temples of the Nile, the scarab Khepri was the symbol of the rising sun. But in the lens of bio-mythology, it's something deeper. This is the Scarab Algorithm, the ancient method for turning the system debris of your past into high-frequency fuel for your future. Because the Egyptians understood something most people never learn. The human mind is a loop, and without a reboot protocol, your system becomes sluggish, bogged down by legacy data, old trauma, corrupted memories, and unfinished emotional files. To achieve apotheosis, you must learn to roll your own history and transform weight into momentum. Now observe what the scarab actually does. It takes waste, rolls it into a perfect sphere, and uses it to incubate new life. To a modern biologist, this is a masterclass in metabolism. But to the Egyptians, it was a masterclass in mental engineering. The waste represents your legacy data. Mistakes, failures, regrets, the things you try to bury, but the scarab doesn't bury them. It processes them, and that's the key. The sphere is the processing phase, because when your past is chaotic, it crushes you. But when your past is organized, it becomes fuel. That's why the Egyptians depicted the scarab pushing the sun across the horizon. Not as a cute story, as a daily reset, because every morning the brain clears its neural cache. And if you carry yesterday's corruption into today, you are running an unpatched version of yourself. The Scarab algorithm is the manual for a daily system reboot. But in our modern, always-on world, we've forgotten how to flush the system. We walk around with 10 years of unprocessed data, and it turns into neural inflammation, chronic stress, emotional exhaustion, mental fog. The Scarab teaches one brutal rule: growth requires decomposition. You cannot download a higher version of yourself if your internal storage is full. You must execute the Phoenix Protocol, burn the old script, process the ashes, roll the debris into meaning, and wake up as a new iteration of the code. So here's the system prompt. Is your mind rolling the same heavy burdens of the past? Or are you ready to execute the Rebirth Algorithm? Subscribe to SayenMythos to get more insight like this. Because day one is complete. Your symbols are active. Tomorrow we enter the vault of forbidden texts. Next, we decode the pyramid texts, the oldest afterlife manual ever written. And remember, why did the most advanced civilization on Earth worship a bug that rolls dirt? Because it wasn't a bug. It was a clinical metaphor for neural rebirth.